Imagine an ordinary day in your life, waking up early, facing chaotic traffic, dealing with tight deadlines at work, and still trying to find time for family and yourself. Amidst this hustle, the feeling of being overwhelmed and stressed becomes almost unbearable. You are not alone. Millions of people around the world face these same challenges daily. But what if I told you that there's an ancient philosophy that can completely transform your life and bring the inner peace you seek? In this video, we will explore the power of Buddhism and how its teachings can be the key to the transformation you desire. Buddhism, founded by Siddhartha Gautama, better known as Buddha, over 2,500 years ago, offers a path to liberation from suffering and the discovery of a deeper purpose in life. Buddha's teachings are as relevant today as they were in his time, providing practical guidance for dealing with modern challenges. And to start our journey, we will dive into a fundamental concept of Buddhism that promises not only to relieve stress and anxiety, but also to bring a renewed sense of purpose and direction: the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths are the essence of Buddha's teachings, and each one addresses a crucial aspect of the human experience. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering, dukkha. Buddha taught that suffering is an inevitable part of life. From physical pain to emotional distress, we all experience suffering in some form. Recognizing this truth is the first step to transformation, because it allows us to understand that we are not alone in our struggles and that suffering is a universal experience. But why do we suffer? The second noble truth, the truth of the origin of suffering, samudaya, tells us that suffering arises from desire and attachment. We cling to things, people, and ideas, believing they will bring us lasting happiness. However, these things are impermanent, and when we lose them, suffering inevitably arises. Understanding this truth helps us see that many of our problems come from unrealistic expectations and attachment to things beyond our control. The good news is that suffering can be overcome. The third noble truth, the truth of the cessation of suffering, nirodha, teaches us that it is possible to achieve a state of peace and freedom by abandoning desire and attachment. This doesn't mean renouncing all possessions or living an extremely ascetic life, but rather cultivating a mental state of detachment and acceptance. By doing so, we can experience a profound sense of relief and contentment. But how do we achieve this cessation of suffering? The fourth noble truth, the path that leads to the end of suffering, magga, provides us with a practical guide, the Noble Eightfold Path. This path consists of 8 practices that, when followed, lead us to the liberation from suffering and to full realization. The Noble Eightfold Path is a roadmap for spiritual transformation, addressing ethical, mental, and wisdom aspects. Before we dive into the details of the Noble Eightfold Path, let's reflect on the importance of spirituality in our lives. In a world dominated by technology and materialism, we often feel disconnected from ourselves and others. Spirituality, especially through Buddhist teachings, offers a way to reconnect and find meaning beyond worldly concerns. Buddha's teachings are not just abstract theories. They are practical tools we can apply in our daily lives to improve our quality of life. By understanding and practicing the Four Noble Truths, we begin to see life in a new light, realizing that true happiness lies not in material possessions or external achievements, but in a peaceful and balanced state of mind. And now that we have an overview of the Four Noble Truths, let's explore how the Noble Eightfold Path can guide us on the journey to personal transformation. This path offers us a set of practices that can be integrated into our daily routine, helping us develop a fuller and more meaningful life. From here, we will delve into each of the 8 aspects of the Noble Eightfold Path, starting with right view. We will see how this practice helps us understand reality more clearly and compassionately, and how it can transform our way of seeing the world and ourselves. Prepare for a journey of discovery and transformation, where each step brings us closer to the peace and freedom we all seek. Now, with this solid foundation in mind, let's explore each aspect of the Noble Eightfold Path in detail and see how we can apply these teachings to our daily lives. The first step in the Noble Eightfold Path is right view, which invites us to see the world with clarity and compassion, understanding the true nature of reality through the Four Noble Truths. By adopting this view, we recognize that suffering is part of life, but we also understand that there is a path to overcome it. This understanding frees us from many illusions and allows us to live more consciously and fully. Right view is not just a passive acceptance of reality, but an invitation to actively transform our perspective. When we understand the true nature of suffering, we begin to see our difficulties in a new light. Instead of feeling like victims of circumstances, we realize that we have the power to change our relationship with suffering. This understanding is liberating and motivates us to seek a path of personal growth and development. The next step is right intention, which refers to the thoughts and motivations that guide our actions. Right intention involves cultivating thoughts of renunciation, goodwill, and non-violence. These thoughts steer us away from desire and attachment that cause suffering, directing us toward a more peaceful and compassionate state of mind. Practicing right intention means being aware of our impulses and consciously choosing to nurture intentions that promote the well-being of ourselves and others. Right intention is fundamental because our thoughts shape our actions. By cultivating positive intentions, we begin to act in ways that reflect these values. This helps us live according to our ethical and spiritual principles, creating a virtuous cycle of thoughts and actions that reinforce our spiritual journey. Right speech is the third aspect of the Noble Eightfold Path and involves the practice of honest, beneficial, and non-harmful communication. Right speech teaches us to avoid lies, gossip, and speech that causes division or suffering. Instead, we are encouraged to speak truthfully, compassionately, and constructively. This practice not only improves our relationships, but also purifies our mind, as ethical communication reflects and reinforces our internal intentions. Practicing right speech can be challenging, especially in a world where communication is often quick and impulsive. However, by striving to be mindful and deliberate in our words, we can create a more harmonious environment around us. Right speech also helps us cultivate self-discipline and integrity, qualities essential for any spiritual path. Right action is the fourth component of the Noble Eightfold Path and refers to ethical and moral behavior. Buddha teaches us to avoid actions that harm other living beings, such as killing, stealing, and engaging in improper sexual conduct. Instead, we are encouraged to adopt actions that promote well-being and harmony. Practicing right action helps us live in alignment with our ethical values, creating a life of integrity and peace. Adopting right action requires continuous reflection on our choices and their consequences. Every decision we make, no matter how small, can have a significant impact on our lives and the lives of those around us. By committing to ethical actions, we cultivate a sense of responsibility and compassion, which are fundamental to spiritual growth. The fifth step is right livelihood, which involves choosing a means of sustenance that does not harm other living beings. Buddha advises us to avoid professions that involve killing, deceiving, or exploiting other humans or animals. Instead, we should seek livelihoods that are ethical and contribute positively to society. This helps us live according to our principles and create a positive impact on the world. Choosing right livelihood can be a challenge in the modern world, where many professions are involved in harmful practices in some way. However, by reflecting on our choices and seeking opportunities that align with our values, we can find ways to contribute positively to collective well-being. This not only improves our own lives, but also creates an inspiring example for others. From here, we will delve into right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, the next steps of the Noble Eightfold Path. These aspects address how we cultivate our mind and attention to achieve a state of peace and clarity. Each practice is a fundamental piece on the path to personal and spiritual transformation, guiding us to a more conscious and meaningful life. Let's explore how these practices can be integrated into our daily routine and how they can help us achieve liberation from suffering. The next step in the Noble Eightfold Path is right effort, sama vayama. This aspect involves the effort to avoid and overcome harmful mental states, as well as to cultivate and maintain beneficial ones. Essentially, right effort teaches us to be vigilant with our thoughts and emotions and to actively engage in cultivating a healthy and balanced mind. Right effort can be divided into 4 parts: preventing negative mental states before they arise, abandoning negative states that have already arisen, developing positive mental states, and maintaining those positive states. Practicing right effort requires self-discipline and constant awareness. It is a process of self-observation and self-development that demands dedication. However, the benefits are immense, as a balanced and healthy mind is fundamental to well-being and happiness. When we strive to eliminate negative thoughts and cultivate positive ones, we begin to see significant changes in our attitude and behavior, leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Right mindfulness, samasati, is the 6th component of the Noble Eightfold Path and is often associated with the practice of mindfulness. Right mindfulness involves being fully present and aware in the present moment, observing the body, feelings, mind, and phenomena without attachment or aversion. The practice of mindfulness helps us develop greater mental clarity, a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, and an increased ability to respond to life's challenges with calmness and equanimity. Integrating right mindfulness into our daily lives can be done through various practices, such as meditation, conscious breathing, and the mindful observation of our daily activities. By practicing mindfulness, we start to notice patterns in our thoughts and behaviors, giving us the opportunity to make more conscious choices that align with our values. Mindfulness also helps us develop a serene acceptance of life's experiences, whether pleasant or painful, promoting a state of inner peace. Right concentration, sama-samadhi, is the 7th step of the Noble Eightfold Path and refers to developing the ability to focus the mind intensely and sustainedly on a single object of meditation. The practice of concentration is essential for achieving deep states of meditation and understanding. Through right concentration, we can calm the mind, eliminate distractions, and achieve a state of mental unification, which is essential for direct perception of truth and spiritual realization. The practice of right concentration typically involves meditation techniques that help stabilize and focus the mind. These techniques can include breath meditation, where we focus our attention on the flow of breath, or object-specific meditation, where the mind intensely concentrates on a single point. As our concentration deepens, we may experience states of meditative absorption, known as jhanas, characterized by profound levels of peace and clarity. Reflecting on the aspects of the Noble Eightfold Path we have covered so far, we see that they form a solid foundation for personal transformation. Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration work together to guide us on a journey of spiritual growth and self-discovery. Each step is interconnected and reinforces the others, creating a holistic path to liberation from suffering and the realization of inner peace. By committing to practice these principles, we begin to see profound changes in our lives. Our actions become more aligned with our spiritual values, our relationships improve, and our mind becomes calmer and more focused. The Noble Eightfold Path is not just a philosophy, but a daily practice that transforms our way of being and living in the world. For many, the Buddhist path begins with curiosity or a search for answers to life's deeper questions. Over time, as we practice Buddha's teachings, we find that they offer timeless wisdom that is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. The Noble Eightfold Path is a practical and accessible guide for anyone willing to embark on a journey of personal and spiritual transformation. Now that we have a clear understanding of right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, let's explore how these principles can be applied in daily practice. In the next segment, we will discuss specific meditation and mindfulness techniques that can help us cultivate these qualities in our lives. By applying these practices, we can develop greater awareness and clarity, paving the way for a fuller and more meaningful life. Now that we have a clear understanding of right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, let's explore how these principles can be applied in daily practice. To start, meditation is a fundamental tool that allows us to cultivate these qualities effectively. Meditating regularly helps stabilize the mind, develop mindfulness, and deepen our concentration. A simple meditation practice is breath meditation, where we focus our attention on the flow of breath entering and leaving the body. By doing this, we begin to notice the calm and clarity that arise when the mind settles and concentrates on a single point. Another powerful technique is vipassana meditation, which involves observing thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations without judgment. Vipassana teaches us to see things as they truly are, developing a deep understanding of the impermanent and interconnected nature of all experiences. Practicing vipassana cultivates the ability to be present and aware in each moment, helping us respond to life's challenges with greater wisdom and compassion. Beyond meditation, the practice of mindfulness can be integrated into our daily activities. Mindfulness means being fully present and engaged in the task at hand, whether it's washing dishes, walking, or listening to someone speak. By bringing mindfulness to these activities, we transform ordinary moments into opportunities to develop clarity and inner peace. Practicing mindfulness helps us slow down and appreciate the richness of each moment, promoting a sense of gratitude and contentment. The practice of loving kindness, or metta, is another technique that can complement our journey on the Noble Eightfold Path. Metta involves generating feelings of love and goodwill for ourselves and others. In a typical metta practice, we start by wishing happiness and well-being for ourselves, and gradually extend these wishes to friends, family, acquaintances, and even those we find difficult. Regular practice of metta helps us develop a compassionate heart and cultivate more harmonious relationships. As we develop these practices, it's important to remember that the journey on the Noble Eightfold Path is an ongoing process of growth and learning. It's not about achieving a perfect state of enlightenment all at once, but about making gradual and consistent progress over time. Each small victory in the practice of meditation, mindfulness, or loving kindness is a significant step in our spiritual journey. The practice of meditation and mindfulness can also have tangible benefits for our mental and physical health. Scientific studies show that these practices can reduce stress, improve cardiovascular health, increase emotional resilience, and promote a general sense of well-being. By integrating these practices into our daily routine, we not only advance on our spiritual journey, but also improve our quality of life in a holistic way. Another important aspect of the Noble Eightfold Path is the community or Sangha. The Sangha refers to the group of people who practice Buddha's teachings together, supporting each other on their spiritual journey. Participating in a Sangha can be a valuable source of encouragement, guidance, and camaraderie. In a Sangha, we can share our experiences, learn from others, and find support in times of difficulty. Connection with a spiritual community strengthens our commitment to practice and reminds us that we are not alone in our quest for growth and transformation. Throughout this journey, it's essential to maintain an open and receptive mind. Buddhism teaches us to approach practice with an attitude of curiosity and humility, recognizing that there is always more to learn and discover. This attitude helps us remain flexible and adaptable, allowing us to integrate Buddha's teachings in ways that are meaningful and relevant to our unique lives. Finally, as we reflect on the Noble Eightfold Path and its practices, it's important to remember that the ultimate goal is to achieve liberation from suffering and realize inner peace. Each step on the path brings us closer to this goal, helping us cultivate a clear mind, a compassionate heart, and a life of integrity and meaning. As we continue to practice and dedicate ourselves to these principles, we can experience profound transformation that not only enhances our own lives, but also positively impacts those around us. In the next segment, we will explore inspiring stories of individuals who have found transformation and peace through Buddhist practice. These stories will show us how Buddha's teachings can be applied in real life, offering concrete examples of how practicing the Noble Eightfold Path can lead to overcoming challenges and spiritual flourishing. Get ready to be inspired and discover how the power of Buddhism can truly transform lives. One of these stories is about Sarah, a woman who faced deep anxiety and dissatisfaction with her life. Feeling lost and disconnected, Sarah found refuge in Buddhism and began practicing meditation and mindfulness. Over time, she noticed a significant shift in her perspective and emotional well-being. The consistent practice of the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path helped Sarah cultivate a calmer mind and a more compassionate heart, transforming her life in profound and lasting ways. Another inspiring story is about Tom, a successful businessman who always felt an inner emptiness despite his material achievements. Tom decided to explore Buddhist teachings in search of deeper meaning and purpose in life. By adopting the practice of vipassana meditation and loving kindness, metta, Tom began to experience a sense of peace and contentment he had never known before. He learned to let go of expectations and live in the present moment, which brought him a new perspective on life and its challenges. Tom's transformation is a powerful example of how Buddhist teachings can fill the inner void and provide a renewed sense of meaning and purpose. A third story comes from Maria, a single mother struggling to balance the demands of her job and taking care of her children. The constant pressure and stress started to affect her health and well-being. Maria discovered Buddhism through a friend and began practicing breath meditation and right mindfulness. Over time, she noticed her anxiety decreasing and her ability to handle stress increasing. Maria found an inner calm that helped her face her challenges with more serenity and clarity. The practice of right speech also improved her relationships, helping her communicate more effectively and compassionately with her children and colleagues. These stories are not just inspiring anecdotes, they are concrete proofs of the transformative power of Buddhist teachings. They show us that regardless of our circumstances or challenges, practicing the Noble Eightfold Path can help us find peace, clarity, and purpose. Through meditation, mindfulness, and the cultivation of right intentions and actions, we can transform our lives in meaningful and lasting ways. Reflecting on these stories, we might ask ourselves how we can apply these teachings in our own lives. What challenges do we face, and how can the principles of Buddhism help us overcome them? Engaging in this reflection, we can begin to see opportunities to incorporate Buddhist practice into our daily lives, cultivating a life of greater peace and meaning. Buddhism also teaches us to see challenges and difficulties as opportunities for growth and transformation. Instead of fleeing from suffering or trying to avoid it, we learn to face it with courage and compassion. This process strengthens us and prepares us to face any adversity life may present. The story of John, a war veteran suffering from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is a powerful example of this. Through the practice of meditation and mindfulness, John found a path to healing and inner peace, transforming his life and his relationship with his past. Beyond individual stories, Buddhism also has a profound impact on communities. Many Buddhist communities around the world are dedicated to practices of service and compassion, helping those in need and promoting peace and harmony. These communities remind us that Buddhist practice is not just an individual journey, but also a commitment to collective well-being. The story of monk Thich Nhat Hanh and his Plum Village community is an example of this. Through their practices of mindfulness and social engagement, they have inspired and transformed the lives of thousands of people around the world. Reflecting on these stories and communities inspires us to continue our own journey on the Noble Eightfold Path. Each step we take, each practice we adopt, brings us closer to a state of peace and liberation. And by sharing these practices with others, we can contribute to a more compassionate and harmonious world. Let's now explore how the tangible benefits of Buddhism can manifest in our modern lives, providing an even deeper understanding of how these teachings can transform our daily existence. In the next segment, we will discuss the tangible benefits of Buddhism in modern life. We will see how Buddhist practices can improve our mental and physical health, increase our resilience, and promote a sense of purpose and well-being. These discussions will be accompanied by practical examples of how to integrate these teachings into our daily lives, helping us achieve a fuller and more meaningful existence. As we enter the next stage of our journey, let's discuss the tangible benefits of Buddhism in modern life. These benefits are not just theoretical, but have been proven through consistent practice and scientific evidence. Let's start with stress and anxiety reduction, one of the most recognized benefits of Buddhist practices, especially meditation and mindfulness. Studies show that regular meditation can lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and promote a state of calm and relaxation. By dedicating a few minutes each day to meditative practice, we can experience a significant reduction in anxiety and a greater ability to handle daily challenges. Improvement in mental and emotional health is another significant benefit of Buddhism. Mindfulness practice helps us be more present and aware, allowing us to identify and deal with negative emotions more effectively. Additionally, the practice of loving kindness, metta, promotes feelings of compassion and well-being, which are essential for balanced mental health. People who regularly practice mindfulness and meditation report feeling happier, less prone to depression, and having a more positive outlook on life. Increased resilience is a powerful benefit of Buddhist practices. Life is full of ups and downs, and the ability to bounce back from adversity is crucial for long-term well-being. Mindfulness practice teaches us to accept things as they are, without attachment or aversion, allowing us to handle difficult situations with more serenity and equanimity. This radical acceptance is not resignation, but a clear recognition of reality, enabling us to respond more wisely and effectively. Developing a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in life is another transformative aspect of Buddhist teachings. Buddhism teaches us to look beyond material pursuits and find fulfillment in our spiritual growth and service to others. By practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, we begin to see life as an opportunity to develop virtues like wisdom, compassion, and generosity. This sense of purpose can bring a profound sense of fulfillment and contentment that material achievements alone cannot provide. Strengthening interpersonal relationships is a practical and immediate benefit of Buddhist practices. Right speech, right action, and the practice of loving kindness teach us to interact with others more ethically, compassionately, and authentically. This not only improves our personal and professional relationships, but also creates an environment of harmony and cooperation. Regular practice of metta meditation, for example, helps us develop genuine feelings of love and goodwill, which can transform our relationships and help us resolve conflicts more peacefully. Connection with community and social support is another significant benefit of Buddhism. Participating in a Sangha or Buddhist community offers a support network that can be invaluable on our spiritual journey. The Sangha provides a space to share experiences, learn from each other, and receive guidance and encouragement. This sense of belonging and social support is fundamental to our emotional and spiritual well-being. Beyond emotional and social benefits, Buddhist practices can also improve sleep quality and physical well-being. Studies show that meditation and mindfulness can help regulate the sleep cycle, promote deeper and more restorative sleep, and reduce symptoms of insomnia. Mindfulness practice can also increase bodily awareness, helping us identify and address health issues more proactively. Reflecting on the integration of Buddhist teachings into daily life, we see that meditation, mindfulness, and ethical practices are not just for specific moments, but can be incorporated into all areas of our lives. Whether at work, at home, or in our social interactions, we can apply these principles to live more consciously and compassionately. This not only improves our own lives, but also positively impacts those around us. Practical examples of how to apply Buddhist principles in our daily lives are numerous. From practicing conscious breathing during stressful moments to applying right speech in our conversations, every action can be an opportunity to cultivate the mind and heart. By committing to continuous practice, we begin to see significant changes in our lives and overall well-being. Now that we have explored the tangible benefits of Buddhism, let's conclude our video with a recap of the main points and a call to action. In the next segment, we will summarize what we have learned, reflect on the potential impact of Buddhist teachings, and encourage our viewers to start or deepen their Buddhist practice. This conclusion will be an opportunity to reinforce the importance of ongoing and committed practice and inspire our audience to actively engage in their own journey of spiritual transformation. As we approach the conclusion of this video, it's important to recap the main points we've covered about Buddhism and its transformative teachings. We began our journey by discussing the relevance of Buddha's teachings in today's world and how they offer practical guidance for dealing with modern life's challenges. We explored the Four Noble Truths, which form the foundation of Buddhism, and how each helps us understand and overcome suffering. We discussed the first noble truth, which acknowledges suffering as an inevitable part of life, and the second noble truth, which identifies desire and attachment as the causes of this suffering. We saw that the third noble truth offers hope by teaching that suffering can be overcome, and the fourth noble truth guides us through the Noble Eightfold Path, a set of practices that lead to liberation and inner peace. We explored each aspect of the Noble Eightfold Path in detail, starting with right view, which encourages us to see the world with clarity and compassion. We talked about right intention, which involves cultivating thoughts of renunciation, goodwill, and non-violence, and right speech, which teaches us to communicate honestly and beneficially. Right action and right livelihood guide our ethical and professional choices, while right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration help us cultivate a focused and balanced mind. Additionally, we discussed how Buddhist practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and loving kindness can be integrated into our daily lives to promote deep and lasting transformation. We saw that these practices not only improve our mental and emotional health, but also strengthen our interpersonal relationships, increase our resilience, and help us find a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in life. To illustrate the transformative power of Buddhist teachings, we shared inspiring stories of individuals who found peace and contentment through practicing the Noble Eightfold Path. These stories highlight the applicability and effectiveness of Buddha's teachings in overcoming personal challenges and pursuing a fuller, more meaningful life. We also talked about the tangible benefits of Buddhism in modern life, including reducing stress and anxiety, improving mental and physical health, and promoting better, more restorative sleep. We discussed how mindfulness and meditation practice can help us be more present and aware, enabling us to deal with difficulties more wisely and effectively. Reflecting on all these points, it's clear that Buddhism offers a powerful and accessible path for personal and spiritual transformation. The constant and committed practice of Buddha's teachings can help us cultivate a life of peace, clarity, and compassion, not just for ourselves, but also for those around us. Now, if you've made it this far, you are truly seeking your own evolution. And I want to encourage you to reflect on how you can apply these teachings to your own life. Perhaps you can start with a daily meditation practice, setting aside a few minutes of your day to sit in silence and focus on your breathing. Or maybe you can integrate mindfulness into your everyday activities, paying full attention to each moment and each action. If you're already practicing, keep dedicating yourself and explore new ways to deepen your practice. The spiritual journey is continuous, and there is always more to learn and discover. And remember, we are not alone on this journey. By sharing these teachings with others, we can create a more compassionate and harmonious world. I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Your participation is essential for us to continue bringing teachings that have the power to transform lives. And please, share this video with friends and family so they too can benefit from Buddhist teachings. I also have a question for you to reflect on and comment below. How can you integrate, or how are you already integrating one of the Buddhist teachings discussed today into your daily routine? Share your answer in the comments, and let's continue this inspiring conversation. Before we wrap up, don't forget to watch the next video appearing on your screen, where we will explore the power of archetypes. Did you know that archetypes can profoundly influence your mind and behavior? And understanding these patterns can lead to even greater transformation. Find out how you can use this knowledge to deepen your spiritual journey and self-discovery with minds unfettered. I sincerely thank you for your attention and for joining us on this journey. May you find peace, joy, and wisdom in your Buddhist practice. And may all beings be happy, free from suffering, and achieve inner peace. Until the next video, keep practicing and exploring the power of Buddhism to transform your life. Peace be with you.